if I ask you to close your eyes and picture a black and green motorcycle, chances are you're thinking of a Kawasaki. Now, if we take all of that away, is it still easy to recognize? In 2014, a lot of debate started to happen and trying to figure out what motorcycle was being used in the 2014 reboot release of Robocop. And a lot of people speculated that they were using a Buell, when in fact they were actually using a Kawasaki ZX-10R. With its cyberpunk-esque setting and influence being taken from things like Blade Runner and Judge Dredd in the comics, we are introduced to the character of Robocop in 1987. Being played by Peter Weller, Officer Alex Murphy ends up being gunned down in a line of fire and is reborn later as Robocop. Jump forward to 2014 and we're going to see the release and reboot of the feature film, and we're going to see a whole new slew of things, including a transitional change from the Ford Taurus to the Kawasaki ZX-10R. With the reboot of Robocop, MGM wanted to apply a more aggressive and sleek look to their character. But they didn't just stop at the character, they applied the same concept to the bike itself. Stripping it of its body panels and extending the rear swing arm, they started making other changes like the exhaust, adding a center stand that was hydraulic, and moving the actual rider foot pegs and mounting them to the swing arm. With its 998cc inline four-cylinder motor pushing out almost 200 horsepower, it wasn't hard to figure out why they went with the ZX-10R. It's a sleek bike, stylish wherever it goes, and it's always going to be a classic. Since its introduction in 1987, we've seen the character Robocop in various iterations. Things like movies, TV shows, comics, and even video games are starting to make more popular appearances. And he's finally going to be seeing his more permanent home in the shape of an 11-foot statue being erected somewhere in Detroit itself. I keep an eye out for it. And as far as the ZX-10R is, well, I'd buy that for $1.